Okay, one last issue, and then we're going to wrap it up. Schools. You know, there's a lot of talk about breaking away from the Clark County School District and having an independent school district in Mesquite, or perhaps partnering with Moapa or whatever, but leaving Clark County School District. So the first question everybody asks is, do we have enough money? Can we afford it? Are we going to have a tax increase? So take it away.
That's a great question. So you mentioned about, and I'm just going to back up to pickleball. You know, the government has money, the state has money. Why isn't anybody going down there and asking for it? Well, it's the same with the school district. Why isn't somebody, now that it's being brought up, we need to go down and start addressing this to see, is it possible? How are we going to do it? So then we still get money, our kids still have school, and hopefully in class school.
Yeah.
To see if it's actually possible. You know, but we have to have those conversations as well. Because like you said, everything else, Mesquite is like the stepchild. And we really need to take care of that.
Yes.
If other municipalities have done that, how do you do it? Is it worth your while? Can we do it? Let's research it. Absolutely. You know, so my 3 kids, they graduated from Clark County School District. You know, when my kids have a school bus to travel back and forth to Las Vegas. Las Vegas have charter buses at all their schools coming up to Mesquite. It brings up questions that how do they afford that? Every single school we play. And we still get a bus, a yellow bus for a school bus. You know, how do we make us even equal, you know, with Las Vegas? But can we break away, and how is it going to be best effective? But those conversations need to start happening.
Are you in favor of a property tax increase to help support an independent school district?
I'd have to look at the numbers, Barbara.
Okay.
I'd have to see what percentage we're paying on our taxes. I mean, you know, when you get the tax assessor's bill, I'd like to see what it's at now and what we would have to do. I told you before, I don't want to see a property tax, because what that happens, it's going to affect me and you, all these homeowners in the city of Mesquite. I can hear it now, the retirees saying, I have a higher property tax. My kids graduated, you know, years ago in another state. Why am I paying for your kids?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I can hear that too. I mean, when you say not in my backyard, I can hear them saying, why am I being taxed?
Well, you know, and in the state, they actually have a higher per pupil funding in rural schools than they do in the metro schools, i.e. Las Vegas and Reno and, you know, Carson City. And so there would be some increased funding from that, because right now, because we are part of Clark County School District, we're considered a metro in terms of funding. And so if we became separate, and we would be classified as a rural, and so we would get the increased funding.
What is the rural number to keep us rural? That's been a question that I have, because I was in the understanding that it was 25,000 to have that rural designation. So that's something I want to look into.
25,000 kids?
No.
Oh, people.
Population.
Oh, population.
Right.
Okay.
To have that rural classification, though.
Oh, yeah.
Is rural, not kids.
Whoa. Sorry. We're closing in on that, 25,000.
Yeah, I'm
in the Virgin Valley, Broncoville.
I am so anxious for October 1st. I'm anxious to see what the Census 2020 is. That's going to determine a lot of things for the city of Mesquite.
Yeah.
I mean, not just the funding that we're going to get from the participants who filled out and completed their census, But just because, you know, a lot of people are gonna be looking at us differently if we're at 25,000, because we've been all around that for a few years.
Yeah.
So, but as far as breaking away, back to that question, you know, I think that's something we need to look at. You know, I don't like the answer no, and I've said this before, the answer's always no if you don't ask. So let's start looking into it, and what do we do, and how do we make it, you know, a good situation for the city of Mesquite, where we've never been in that position before to even start talking about it. But now we have some people that are outgoing and as enthusiastic as myself who want to see change for the city of Mesquite, and not for everybody, but it's truly important for our families.
Yeah.
It's truly important. You know, I've never had a problem with the school districts. My kids, you know, they all graduated and are successful. You know, I had every principal on speed dial. But you know what? It's all about our kids.
Okay. Okay, that kind of ends it for me. So take a few minutes and wrap it up, and I'll quit talking and you take it from here.
So I do want to follow up with the affordable housing that we talked about.
Okay.
And I told you I was on the master plan committee.
Yeah.
And one of our elements is fire, public safety, and services.
Okay.
The other element we're working on right now is affordable housing.
Okay.
So since affordable housing, it keeps coming up, we got to do something about it. And I know that I'm that voice, that I've actually instructed the chairman as well to look into that matrix. What can the city do? Let's do a matrix just like they have for economic development for business who come into town. I want to start seeing the city work towards that. So when people come in, they can say, oh, we have that, you know, depending on how many homes you're going to build, affordable, you know, what we can do for you. Because the city can't say, you know, well, what do you have? Well, you know what, this is what we're going to do for you. We have this plan, and oh, here you are right there, you know. And so everybody comes in with an open eye, you know, it's explainable, just like the matrix they do when they have the city land. So I just wanted to bring that up, that being on the master committee, I have a voice, and I love that. I love giving them, I don't love giving them instructions, but valuable input and instructions, you know, with a board of 4 others. And we always agree on, hey, you know, that's a good idea. So we have some great ideas. You know what, Barbara, I want so much for the city of Mesquite. We need more for families to do. As we have retirees come in, we need more services for the retirees.
Yeah.
I mean, it's that great big circle. I really would truly love to see an outdoor Shakespearean festival, maybe Shakespearean Festival South. And that wasn't my bright idea, but it came to me, and I'm like, I love it. You know, an outdoor amphitheater down there in the city of Mesquite. Something, you know,
Interesting idea.
Kind of, you know, take it from Cedar City, kind of maybe work with them, see what we could do when their shows stop in September, October, when it's beautiful weather here.
Yeah.
Why not? That's something that, you know, I've been thinking about, what can we do? I've been asking families and kids and friends, you know, what do you want? Because running for city council is what I have to do. I have to run for city council, but it's not all my ideas. It's what other people want, because I just want to be the voice. So people know they can call me and go, hey, Karen, what about this? What about this? I have a notepad. I'm like, great idea. I mean, I've had so many aha moments going, oh, that's a great idea, you know, or you know what, that might work. Let's look into that. So it's not about me being on city council. It's being the voice for the city of Mesquite. And I know that I can be that voice when it matters. You know,
Okay.
I've lived here, I worked here, I raised my family here. So I think I would be a perfect council member because I've been involved and in the history. So I just feel that I would be the best candidate for the new council member for seat 5.
Okay. Well, you've got about 47, 48 days till the vote is over and about 480 days before we find out the results. So,
Oh, you know what though? But I'm in for the long haul. You know,
Okay.
I'm totally in for the long haul. And I'll just, you know what? I'll just keep doing what I do. You know,
Yeah.
I've been such a involved in this community from the class of 2020 parade and fireworks show that
Yeah.
a few of us moms did.
yeah,
You know, it was amazing.
It was.
To some other leadership Mesquite classes that I've been involved with, and these are going back to 2008. You know, these aren't things that I just started in March when I ran for city council. These
Yeah.
aren't things that I started 2 years ago when I filed for city council. These are things that I've been doing for years. You know, trying to increase the value of the city of Mesquite in the smallest ways that I can. You know.
okay.
But I am pretty passionate. I'm pretty enthusiastic about the city of Mesquite. I'm definitely one who doesn't put down a folder and never pick it up again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
so.
All right. Well, thank you so much for
Thank
being
you.
here. It was a delightful conversation.
Thank you.
So stay well, stay safe, and
I appreciate
stay
that.
tuned.
Okay.
Thank you,
you.
Karen.